This episode is brought to you by Ford. Why is being open to new roads and possibilities essential to success when chasing your goals? For me, it's so important to pivot. It's imperative to allow yourself the freedom to change course at any moment when your energy is shifting. When you literally pivot, doors open up, opportunities fall on your lap, and you have so much more time to spend with your loved ones and with yourself. So break free from your day-to-day and start enjoying the little things in life that truly bring you joy. On the road of reinventing ourselves, it's just as vital to find those little things in life that give you a sense of stability, like the new Explorer. You know there's more to discover, and the 2025 Ford Explorer SUV is here to give you space for the things that matter most. It's time to break free from the norm, which has never been more fun and accessible for drivers with the 2025 Ford Explorer SUV. Turn up the adventure with Ford Digital Experience, including a 13.2-inch center touchscreen. Do what matters with the help of available Ford Blue Cruise driver assist technology for hands-free highway driving. Available feature on Blue Cruise equipped vehicles. Blue Cruise requires a connected service plan and a modem activation. Blue Cruise drive assist features can be activated in hands-free Blue zones and do not replace safe driving, and drivers need to control the vehicle. See Ford.com/Blue Cruise for more details on available plans and hands-free models. Start your next adventure in America's all-time best-selling SUV. Based on S&P Global Mobility, 1946 current U.S. total, new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs. The new Ford, well, you know what it is. It's on the name, the new 2025 Ford Explorer, built Ford proud.
I don't know what's going to happen next, but yeah. So what now?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I love how you just pick it up. Welcome back to another episode of the So What Now podcast. Breaking news.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I was just like,
no,
I
but
could be like a news anchor. Right?
Don't play because right before we got on air, you talking about you going somewhere in a few weeks, and I didn't know.
That's not breaking news. It's nobody business. Why you keep bringing stuff to the podcast? First, you signing me up to do newsletters. Now you want me to tell my business. I'm going on a little trip.
On a little trip?
Yeah, I'm just going on a little trip.
Okay, where are you going to?
A little trip, just a little trip. I'm going to Costa Rica real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I go get some sun.
I'll be right back.
Right back?
Yes, right back.
Real quick? You going to go there right quick?
Just real quick.
Okay.
Just real quick.
How long you going for?
Just like 4 days.
That's a full work week.
In 2 weeks. Real quick.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Listen, Deck's smiling again. She getting what she want. I get what I want when I want it. I get what I want when I want it. I get what I want when I want it. Hey.
You do what you want when you popping. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
That was her low-key telling y'all she popping right now. But okay.
No, I'm not. I'm doing very bad things.
What you doing?
Very bad girl.
Are you?
Yes.
And I gets you to go to Costa Rica. I want to be bad.
Yeah. And hopefully a few other things. I'll keep y'all posted.
Oh. That's my coach right there. That's my coach. That's my coach. She's teaching me how to do this.
I'm standing on
big business. Big business.
Yeah, I'm standing on business.
Big business.
What are you doing?
Staying fat.
No, you're not fat.
Girl.
You've been going to the gym.
I have been going to the gym, but it's because my mouth has been wild chewing on stuff, okay? And swallowing.
Wait, have you been eating the Nitra book?
Yep, and everything else too. Everything that's in the book and that isn't. So I know y'all heard Nitra's episode, and I did order her. Did you add it to the show notes? The link to her book? Mm-hmm. So hopefully you guys have gotten it. My favorite right now is the salmon breakfast.
The breakfast is so good.
What?
So good.
What?
And I'm not a breakfast eater like that. Like, I like to eat breakfast on vacation.
I ate it for lunch.
The salmon?
And breakfast. I made extra.
Okay.
Because I told you I bought, so this one breakfast specifically off of this book, it's a salmon. You bake a whole thing of salmon, right? Mm-hmm. And you can use it for different things. So for this specific one, you put red peppers, green peppers, onions, and mushrooms into the pan. And I found the frozen bag of the peppers and onions and the frozen bag of the already chopped up mushrooms.
Yes.
So they don't go bad in the fridge. So you make those. Then once it's ready, I put it with a little bit of butter. You know, that was not on the book, but you needed a little butter. Nitra, just say, I understand where you're coming from.
Try it without the butter. But keep going. Go ahead. She don't modify the lady recipe. I'm sorry, Nitra.
Then once that's kind of, because when things are frozen, they have a lot of water that comes out of them. So I just leave it there extra so the water dries up. Then I add the eggs. And then I add the salmon at the same time. And then you just scramble it all together. Yeah. And then you add a little hot sauce at the end. Ooh. So and then that toast, but I ate it with a bagel yesterday. Like a mini bagel?
Yeah.
Fire. That wasn't part of the meal plan either. But I added bagel with cream cheese, which also wasn't on the menu. But it was just so good.
It's so good.
So-
Mine right now is tuna, spinach, onions. Saute that up. Add in 2 scrambled eggs. And then there's this like special like golden barbecue sauce you put on it and you eat it in a wrap.
You know why I
So
haven't eaten it? Because I keep looking for that golden sauce on Amazon and they don't have it.
Oh, Walmart.
Who goes to Walmart?
I go specifically for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Going
I go
into Walmart gives
specifically
me...
for that.
Oh,
Well, I'll
God.
get it next time I go.
Yeah. Get me
And I do the same thing, but I chop up the vegetables and then I freeze them to make my morning easier. Yeah.
Is buying frozen vegetables bad?
No, but I don't know why I just did it.
Oh,
that way.
okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, but I really like that. Another thing that really quick, if anyone can help me, please, I need a DM. I will give you my address and show up if you can help me with this. The pollen allergy. I'm struggling
Zyrtec isn't
so
working?
bad. It works, but it's like not all the way. And if I forget to take it, which I do, I walk outside and immediately it's like boom, slap in the face. My eyes are swollen. I literally cannot breathe out of my nose. My throat is itching the whole time. I'm like, what are we doing?
I hate
it's
that.
so not ladylike.
Yeah, we
got
gotta figure something out for you. Somebody, pollen specialist people.
Please,
come help
is
my
there a
friend.
shot?
A
Some
tea or something.
a girl messaged me that she
A
ended up in
patch.
the ER room.
For her allergies?
And she didn't know what it was. She thought she was dying. I don't know. She said something.
She was probably being dramatic like me.
She ended up in
my
the
back.
ER. They're talking about, is your allergies? Take some Zyrtec. And they gave her some prednisone,
That's crazy.
which is a steroid. But I was like, what do I need? There has to be a shot or something that I can take during the season because it's reminding me right now that I'm itching really bad.
She went to the ER.
To the ER, I gotta be told.
Girl, when my back was hurting. I don't know if you ever watched Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory. You remember how his grandparents never got out of bed the whole movie? I had a dream. Like in my mind, that was me. I was like, I'm about to be in my bed for my birthday. And
Your birthday's in July.
I know. I was like, you guys are going to have to come over my house for my birthday. And I started imagining, like, since I can't leave the bed, the room's going to stink. Like, I'm just
You went from
dramatic.
your back hurting to pooping yourself?
Yes. Because who's going to wipe me?
Michaela.
I couldn't ask her to do that.
Michaela, you wiping your mom?
I
She
couldn't
probably
ask
over
her
there
to
like,
do
I
that.
got school.
She won't touch raw chicken. So she definitely ain't wiping
Mm-mm.
my, no.
Dang.
Can you imagine? And then she probably get an attitude because it's time to wipe me again. Like, dang, again?
That's your daughter. You would know best. No, don't be dramatic. I remember actually when Ayana was young, maybe people that have young kids right now, she was really, really, really sick for months. And we were giving her Robitussin, Mucinex, taking her to the emergency room because she would have this like awful cough and runny nose. And it was like bronchitis kind of. And finally we went 8 months later to a doctor. They switched pediatricians. And he goes, this is allergies. Get on. He gave her Claritin for 3 months. And he goes, every day. And in 30 days, you'll see a difference. Gone.
Should you try that?
I do. It's better when I take my medicine, but it's just not enough for me, I feel like.
I wonder if there's like a stronger dosage.
Yeah,
that's, like,
Benadryl, so you
not
go to
a-
sleep. They got it down. Take some Benadryl when you sleep and you can't.
Yo, you
don't
screwed.
notice.
You screwed.
Yeah, but it's like this until like around May.
Yeah. You look so sporty.
Thank you.
Oh, it says sports.
Yep, instead of Ford.
No, right here. It
Which
says
one?
pro sports team.
I am.
Okay.
That's what I like. I don't want people with pro sports to talk.
Are you wearing this in honor of Serena Williams?
Yes, I am. And Thames, both of them.
What did Tim
Look
do?
at you. You so you.
Oh, you
Oh,
like
you're such
that?
a podcaster. I like it. That was smooth. That was smooth. Well, we're gonna talk about two girls that we're gonna give Woman of the Week to. It's two separate ones. So Thames is one, and the other one is Serena Williams. So we'll start with Thames. Shout out to her. We actually went to her concert.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was on here.
Yes. No, let me tell you all about it. Well, she has become the first African-born woman to own a major league soccer club. Yeah, so
How much
she,
something like that cost?
baby, I don't know because it ain't in my tax bracket, and I don't.
Does she make money like that?
Yeah, she's pretty big. Thames is pretty big, but she's not the owner of it. She's a one of the owners. So she bought a percentage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not just one owner.
Okay.
So Thames, yep. So she got the San Diego, I think they're called football club.
And it's in America. I'm thinking it's over there.
No, it's here. San Diego Football Club is the name and it's MLS, like Major League Soccer.
I wonder what's the return on investment on something like that.
I'm gonna ask.
Because like you would only do that because you make money from it, right?
Right.
I'm so intrigued.
I think, yeah. Let's ask an investor of some sorts.
Yeah.
I think I might know one.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, and then in the same breath, Serena Williams, same week, was announced she became part owner of the Toronto Tempo. And you're probably wondering, who the hell is the Toronto Tempo? Who's from Toronto? We don't know.
Team?
No, from the Six. She owned something over in the Six, right? The Toronto Tempo.
Okay.
Is Canada's first ever WNBA team.
And WNBA stands for Women's Basketball.
Women's National Basketball Association.
Okay.
So WNBA has grown so much, bro. Like so much. But the fact that she just became part owner of that, what?
That's really cool.
That's cool for her.
But Toronto though, Serena?
Huh?
Toronto though?
Because, yeah.
So
yeah.
funny.
Well, I mean, first of all, this is huge because the WNBA has been around since the 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't ask me.
It hasn't been around for that long. And I only know this because
I thought it started when I was in high school.
It could have. In the 90s?
Was not the 70s.
90s?
No.
90s?
No.
Yes.
I was not in the high school in the 90s.
Yes, you were.
In the end of the 90s. Not the whole night. Like, not the
I didn't
early
say
90s.
which 90s.
It was the end of the fucking 90s. Make it clear. It was the end of the 90s. Okay?
How do you ask Google when did it start?
I don't know.
I put start date and it gave me the start of the next game.
No.
Okay, I knew it. 1996 when I moved here.
Okay.
And the first game was played in 97.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know why I said the 60s.
And I was not in high school then.
I said the 60s because the women that started in the WNBA are in their 50s and 60s now.
Okay. I don't know nothing about it. I believe anything you say.
Don't. I be bullshitting stuff for no
I know
reason.
there's a lady who plays named Leslie.
Leslie.
Or used to play.
Yes. I'll tell you what, she's 6
She
foot
look like
something.
Scottie Pippen.
She was the first one to dunk. Oh my
She
God.
like Scottie Pippen, don't she?
She, a little bit?
Yeah.
What is Leslie's name? Oh my gosh, she's huge.
Leslie WNBA.
I know. And I don't know what I'm typing.
You're not allowed to have
not
the
allowed to do this.
computer.
Leslie, thank
Leslie.
you.
Lisa Leslie.
And Dawn Staley.
So we had, girl, yeah, you saying too much. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Shaquille O'Neal? Michelle Jordan?
Like, I don't know. Michelle A. Jordan.
I don't know, but no. Shout out to them to being on the team. And now I want a team.
Of course you do. Space, a team. Like,
Yes.
you
You don't
not
get-
that many hours in the day.
Wait, you don't get inspired to want to do some other stuff every time we talk about it?
No, I'm going back in the house, actually. I'm tired.
I know. Every time I see stuff like this, I'm like, this is something that I could also do.
Yes, and you know what? I love you. But I don't need to be invited to everything. I'm just put that
You
out
don't
there.
want to come to the game of the team that I own?
And get on the air, like, and jump out the plane, and go to space, and go to your WNBA team, and get on your private plane,
In the boat.
and not recycle, and get on the boat. Like, it's so much, Carla. And then you want it all right now.
All of it.
That's why I'm glad you have a lot of friends. So I can rest sometimes. Because what the fuck? I'm going to pass on the WNBA game.
No, you're not.
For
You're
now. For today.
fine. There's like 60
For the
games.
immediate
You can come to
future.
one.
For the immediate future. When you own the team, I'll come.
Yeah.
To the opening.
Yeah.
And then leave me alone about it.
It's going to be some cute guys.
I
right?
don't know what the fuck is going to be going on anyway.
You don't go for that.
What do you go for?
To see people.
Who?
Network. Millionaires.
There's no millionaires there. They're just
What?
girls.
Serena. No, the people that are watching. Have you not seen the sidelines of when Angel Reese is playing and with what?
I haven't seen the sidelines of any, unless I went to a couple.
WNBA games?
No.
Oh, first of all, that was rude.
Not like that, ladies. I don't mean it like that. I just-
NBA. We went to the NBA game recently. We
Yeah.
went to a Magic game.
yeah.
We ain't do nothing that had to do with the game.
Girl, we was on our phone. We was
Taking pictures.
Googling the men on the court. Like, is he single? What's his net worth?
Is he over 21?
I can't do that with the girls. That's the fun part about the game
with
for
the girls, is the beautiful thing about WNBA right now is that it's becoming more recognized. I'm
Right.
so happy about that because
Yes.
I always wanted to be just like Love and Basketball, the first girl to go to the NBA because the WNBA wasn't cool. But now it's so cool.
Yes, but then we won't be able to play the game that we play there, which is
yes, we can because
which one of these?
The same people that go to the NBA game now are at these. Like Drake, we had WNBA games.
Oh, on the sideline.
Yes, sidelines.
Okay.
Like there's celebrities
I'm
there
still
now.
not going. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine.
I'm not going.
Jenna will come with me.
Yes, she will. I don't want to go to the game.
You know, Jenna's a girl because she'll be like, "You're so cute. Keep going."
Actually,
what?
Maybe I should go and end up like Ayesha Edwards. No, Ayesha Howard.
No, we're not doing that.
She's gonna get a check.
She finna get it, but is it worth it? Okay, let's go into our motherhood segment.
Okay.
How did you become a mother?
I had sex. I did. Is that where you were going with that?
No.
Oh.
It was not.
Okay.
Like, what was the circumstances around the hunching? Were you in a relationship?
I was in a relationship. Yeah, I was in a relationship.
And then it was like, oops, type of situation?
It was oops. Yes, it was definitely oops.
So you and homeboy were together. Was it an exclusive relationship?
On my end. Dummy. Stupid. But yeah, on my end, it was exclusive.
Do you remember the day you got pregnant?
I remember like the day I found out I was pregnant, but I don't remember I don't necessarily know can't calculate back
I can.
day.
I remember George Bush.
Oh, because you weren't
was
hunching
on the
that
TV.
much.
I wasn't.
You wasn't hunching. I was hunching a lot. So ain't no telling.
I was 17.
Yeah.
It was a long time in between. But I remember it was a presidential election in September 2004, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was George Bush.
You got pregnant listening to George Bush?
Yes,
That's
girl.
wild.
Let me see. November.
That's wild.
Yeah. Presidential. Who was the president?
But yeah, I was in a relationship. Don't ADHD. You going off?
Sorry, you're right. You're
going
right.
off topic.
Shoot. Sorry. Okay,
That's
cool.
You're really not.
I'm
allowed
not
to
have a laptop
anymore.
Okay, fine. Focus.
Yes, focus. We're talking about
Ayesha
Howard and Anthony Edwards.
So I asked the question,
AKA YN.
A YN.
Yes, he's a YN.
All right. So essentially, I asked that question because I remember I wasn't in a relationship. I had just met him 3 months prior.
Oh,
but we used to see each other all the time playing basketball. And I remember what I was doing. I remember, the mind space that I was in. And when I think back to it, we were pretty close in age. I was young. So when you're young, you kind of you're so fertile for some reason. God, you're fertile when you're young because then you get older, you're trying to have these babies and it's like you need all kinds of IVF. Shout out to Andrew Schultz for his life thing, talking about it. But Ayesha is 37, if I'm not mistaken. 37, 38. And she had a baby by a man called Anthony Edwards from the NBA. He's 22, 23, quite young man. The whole point why I bring back this is because right now he decided and he told her while she was pregnant, he didn't want a baby with her. Yeah. He's like, I don't want to be a father. He already has other kids. He is
the text messages show that he was avoiding her. He would not meet up with her. And she texted him and was like, hey, kind of like along the lines of, I tried to tell you this in person, but you've been avoiding me. So I'm just like, now I'm pregnant. And he said, LOL, get an abortion.
Okay, LOL, get the abortion. LOL, get the DA. Get the abortion, LOL. And then she sent this long message about how she don't want no hush money. She's not trying to blackmail him. She's trying to go through the process. You still think this is a joke? And he said, OMG, laughing emoji, bye.
Yeah.
So then she goes, not bye, see you later. So my question is, at a big age of 38, now we're seeing a lot of this, which the age gap sometimes is not that big of a deal. But then we're now including children and becoming a mother and choosing to have a child that publicly will see that their other parent wants nothing to do with them. And I just feel like you knew what you were doing when you did this. And I asked that question in the beginning because you were younger, right? You was just hunching. We don't realize the consequences of our actions. Sometimes I was 17. Yeah. The man didn't even come when I got pregnant. I got pregnant off pre-cum. I feel like this is deliberate.
You think she got pregnant on purpose?
Yes.
I think they were two consenting adults having unprotected sex.
Correct. And I believe that conversation isn't being had before. What if this happens?
Right.
Like, at what point do you give your body up to a man without having a conversation when you're having unprotected sex of what happens next if this happens? Because we both know what will happen or what can happen.
All the time. All the time people hunch and don't have that conversation.
Well, we need to.
Okay. All right, but I'm not gonna let you like be misjudgmental. I would be willing to put money that the last person you hunched, you did not have a conversation.
I did.
What happens if a baby comes into the picture?
Swear.
Before y'all hunch.
Swear.
Carla.
On Psalm right now. And I'll only tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Carla.
I promise you.
Roll the tape. There's a tape about you going back on birth control. Carla.
No, I'll tell you why.
Carla.
You're not listening to me.
Okay, go ahead.
Dead ass. And he be listening, so he'll tell you.
I'm gonna call him. No.
We didn't do nothing for months, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about it. He was very adamant. He did not want kids. I don't want kids. And he was like, he is not opposed to abortions.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna say I'm wrong. You're right. You did have that conversation. But how many times in all the motherfuckers you don't hunched?
I'm 38 now. I'm turning 38. That's why I said when we was younger.
Okay.
It's a thing, right? You don't know really the consequences of your actions. But at your big age of 38, you're going to tell me you don't have that conversation?
I think she's accepting the consequences of her actions.
So she's a shitty mother.
Why
then?
you say that?
Because you're choosing that and you're okay with that, knowing that your child now will grow up to see these messages publicly of the father saying, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want you. Get the abortion. You know how traumatic that can be to a child to see?
You know how traumatic an abortion can be on a woman?
I hear you. Okay, so, bruh.
No, I think they both made an irresponsible decision.
So then the abortion on a woman, take that. Don't put the trauma on a child.
What trauma is she putting on a child? I'm confused.
When the child gets older and sees the fact that their father don't want them, wants nothing to do with them, publicly said it, it's like you're just disregarded.
She don't have control over that.
Yes, she does.
How?
When you're laying down with this man, knowing that that's not your man, knowing that he don't want no baby with you. He's telling you he don't want no baby with you. Why have the baby?
So let's not make assumptions. We know that after she got pregnant, he told her he didn't want the baby, right?
Yes.
So he can't you can't force her to have an abortion.
It's not a force thing. It's more of like, let's think about before you bring a child into this world.
Okay, but like the child is she's pregnant now.
Right.
So like everybody has to make decisions, and an abortion is a big fucking deal. If he want to be involved or not.
Viewing it that way. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think she's like, oh my God, I just wanted to have a baby so bad and I loved them. No, you went in there because she was trying to get a check, which is why now when she's trying to get the child support, she moved to California to try to get a bigger check from Georgia. The judge now blocked that, and he told the judge, go ahead and do what you gotta do, but I don't want no visitation. Nothing, just let me know how much I gotta pay. And she's getting the Georgia instead of California. So
would you have aborted Psalm if his dad said that he didn't want him before he was born?
Probably.
Okay.
And I'm not a huge...
I know you're not. That's why I'm asking you that question.
And I'm not huge on abortion, but at my age, that's why I took so many steps to make sure that this is truly what he wanted. And I think that's why my anger is so big when I think about the fact that he walked away and is no longer involved in the life.
But it just goes to prove that like you can't control another person's actions. But you can only control what you do. I think that regardless of how the baby came to be here, a woman should not make her decision about whether or not to keep a baby based on what a man is going to do. Because even if that man said he's going to be in his baby life now, even if he, lied until the baby was here, we know firsthand a man can pick up and walk out of the child life at any time. And it might not be a screenshot on the internet of a text message exchange, but by that man's actions, the child can clearly see that man does not want them in their life.
But you weren't told straight to your face. And I'm looking at our age. When we can make better decisions at this age.
We can make better decisions. But once you have taken action and something has happened, I don't think a woman has to decide whether or not they're going to keep their baby based on the man's action.
I think they should scramble the eggs, and I don't believe in abortion like that. But if you really just fucking with a man with a whole bunch of money and try to get a baby out of him and get a high child support in California, you're a scumbag.
We making assumptions that's what she's trying to do.
That's what podcast is for.
We making assumptions that that's what she's trying to do. We're making assumptions that that's what she's
and I'm cool with that and saying that.
And she's still gonna get the check anyway.
It ain't even gonna be that big of a check.
But it's still a check. A check is a check.
She could sell pussy for a bigger check. She could do OnlyFans for a bigger check.
Even from how much he makes, even child support in Georgia is not going to be nothing to like.
What's $25 going to do for you?
I think it'll be a lot more. Isn't he like a top draft or something?
That doesn't matter.
Know. Just like I don't know WNBA, I don't know NBA, but he's like one of the top
huge
guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's gonna get a check.
I don't think it'll be that much. I think people will be surprised at how much NBA child support checks are. I saw one.
I'm just saying, I feel like everybody is so quick to shit on her, the woman.
It's not quick. I don't be quick with it. I took time.
Get out of here. Get out of here
I took my time on this one specifically.
There's another aspect of this of like, he made a decision as well. And an abortion is not an easy, just because he said it before the baby got here. You shouldn't bring
no baby here from just hoeing.
Dang, why she gotta be a hoe?
Is she not?
How you know they ain't have a little thing?
A baby's not, you don't bring a baby into the world off of a little thing.
I don't think their intention was to make a baby, but when you fuck, that's what happens, Carla. That's the risk that everybody was taking.
But you're 38. Birth control. What did I do? You just told me what did I went I did not want to get on birth control, but I knew I wanted to hunch.
Yes.
So I went and got on birth control.
I think everybody makes mistakes. But I don't think she got to be a hoe. She got to be a gold digger.
But she is. She doesn't have to be. This one is.
I don't think. So that's why I'm telling. I don't know. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give. So you keeping the baby? If okay.
So you keeping the baby with a 22-year-old?
If I got pregnant and I didn't believe in abortion, and a man told me he didn't want the baby, I would still keep my baby.
I'm willing to bet right now she's had about 3 abortions before this.
That might also be why she's like,
no, it was because they was broke.
Look, I don't think she fucked broke guys. Honestly, I really don't. I think she's a smart girl. Okay, she got a noggin on her.
Before we continue with the conversation, I want to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by Hi Hello Labs, a full-service content creation studio serving clients across the nation. One thing I am not is a gatekeeper, and this is where I record my audio and video podcast right here in Orlando, Florida, at their beautiful studio, because at Hi Hello Labs, they're on a mission to amplify expert voices. They facilitate the turnkey production and distribution of quality podcasts like the one you're listening to right now. They also produce digital courses, social media content, and live events. Nobody else does it like them, seriously, when it comes to live events. If you want to increase your reach and establish yourself as a thought leader, Hi Hello Labs is the studio for you. So go ahead and magnify your influence with Hi Hello Labs. Let's get back to the show.
What was I finna say?
I don't know. It's something that didn't make no sense.
So it's like, she might, yes. And so how much longer does she have to have babies?
Does she got kids?
Yeah, she has one with little baby. So she don't need a check. She's getting a check.
But think of, baby. Let's use this as an example. And I love her. I think she's gorgeous. I don't know her. Joy Chavez. Mm-hmm. Is that her name?
Yeah.
She got a baby with Future.
Mm-hmm.
She got a baby with Bow Wow. Mm-hmm. She got a baby with the young NFL guy. Yeah. She just went after the fire, saying she don't even own a home.
Yeah, she kind of dumb.
But she got a noggin on her when she got 3 niggas of money.
No, she don't. Not her.
Not this one either.
No, Joy's is another like kind of like on some pick me shit, like where I don't need no money from my baby daddies. Girl, you're ridiculous.
No. I think this is the same thing. It's like, let's just be smart about it, yo. Like, really be smart about it.
Sometimes you think you be in love.
She didn't think she was in love. He got a girlfriend.
Yes. Okay. You ain't never been in love with a motherfucker with a girlfriend or a wife?
No, I was married to the one with the wife, not a girlfriend. I mean, I was in love with the one married.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just saying, like, I think we're being
24.
I think we're being a little hard on her. I think we're being a little hard on her.
I'm okay with that.
When it comes to like, just because the man say get the abortion, don't mean that a woman's just gonna make a decision to get an abortion. If he's choosing not to be in a baby, I think just as much as she has the right to keep the baby because it's her body, her choice, he has just as much of the right to decide not to be in the baby's life.
And I agree with you when you're under 25.
So grown-ups can't make mistakes.
We don't make these kind of mistakes.
Jeez, Carla.
We don't make these kind of mistakes.
We can't.
We get on birth control.
How old were you when you had some?
33.
You were grown as fuck too.
That's what I'm saying.
You were grown as fuck too.
And that's why I said when I chose to have this child, I thought I knew that he wanted to be there. And I also knew that there's a possibility that he could walk away. And my therapist says, are you okay with him walking away or dying or not being in the child's life? And I said, you know what? If that's what ends up happening, I'm cool with it. But you knew I did want a son. I don't know if I would have a son or not. If I would have had a daughter, baby, adoption. But I got the boy. No. Okay, we can agree to disagree.
We're disagreeing hard.
So what
because
now?
You're just as grown as she was, and you made a mistake.
Actually, I was 5 years younger.
You made a lapse in judgment. You made a lapse in judgment.
And picking the man, yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
I was manipulated.
Carla, Carla,
And I will say my own trauma and my own unhealing got me there.
Carla, you cannot sit here and tell me that you let that, like, yeah, you were manipulated, but like,
and I wasn't healed. I should have never been there. And if I would have taken the time to truly heal before meeting with that man after getting out of all them relationships.
So give her the same grace that we're giving. Okay.
I mean, the Lord gonna give her grace. Jesus will give her grace. My name is not Jesus.
Hey, Jesus.
I'll give it to her. I'm gonna pray for her.
Okay, so but what about him? What
He's
about him? Are we gonna give him any energy?
Absolutely. But he's also 22. He's 22.
He's grown enough to hunch.
He don't know how to wipe his ass right. I bet you anything he still got skid marks in his drawers.
He would still have skid marks in his drawers at 38.
Right. Make better decisions.
Okay, I agree. Everyone needs to make better decisions. Everyone not just Ayesha.
But we give more grace.
We're harder on women.
No. She's 38. He's 22, 23. Come on now.
How many kids he have now?
I don't know. A lot.
Yes, exactly.
What's his name again?
Back to back. Anthony Edwards. Excuse my language. Sorry. Bleep that out.
He got a lot. Let me see how many kids.
And they're back to back. And then the other baby,
obviously he just became legal.
It's a mess. But like, don't give her all the energy. They both need the energy.
But the energy was for her today.
Damn, Casey, Anthony, and Ayesha, y'all better lay low.
He's like 12. He don't even know how to shoot right yet.
Yes, he do.
No, he don't. Clearly, he don't know how to hold it in. He's too young.
He's not trying to because he knows that he could just sign the paperwork. I don't have to be in the baby life.
He just started having sex. He doesn't know how to use it.
Did you see how he was talking to Barack Obama?
Right. How could you have sex with him at 38? So not only do you go and have reckless sex with him, but as a man that talk like that.
I know.
A man that talk like that.
Carla?
I can't talk on that matter.
Exactly. I'm trying to watch mine because I don't want to get hit with a 1-2.
The 1-2, my ex was illiterate. I will say it. He don't know how to form a word. Can't spell to save a life. The nigga was stupid. Okay, I get it. Point taken. But also, I should have went to therapy. It was my fault. I'll say it was my fault.
So you're gonna look in the camera and be like, Ayesha, girl,
Ayesha,
go to therapy.
Yes, 4 times a week. Go to therapy, intensive, and figure it out before you find another child to have sex with us. That was a child. The frontal cortex is not even. What's it called? The frontal.
They're going to have to lower the volume on this, child. I'm over here sweating like, oh, I'm about to piss her off, but I'm going to say it, goddammit.
I'll say it.
I'm going to say it.
One thing about it is if I'm walking in my truth, it can't hurt. It's the truth.
You got it, yeah.
I got with one that ended up broke quickly. I ended up with one that don't wash his clothes.
Yeah, so
I ended up with one that can't talk right.
So what I'm saying
can't formulate a thought.
Like when you can think that you're taking all the right steps, and you can still end up
come
in
on.
hurt.
He was a security guard. Now I knew.
No, not necessarily.
I didn't hit no jackpot. That was me. That was trauma when you go for that. Hers is more intentional. That was millions. I went for the broke one.
She thought.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Trauma, broke, can't spell. Trying to take advantage, 22, child, millions. You see what I'm saying?
He probably was acting
real
stupid.
Grown.
He probably was acting real grown.
I'm sure when he pulled it out.
Yeah, he probably got a...
Okay, we're moving on. We're going to woman.
Okay.
All right.
You know what? The poor baby, the daughter, in all this.
It's a fucking little girl.
It's a little girl.
Man.
Hopefully he will change his mind one day.
I think
hopefully he will grow up and come around.
I will tell you, that's probably why I am so passionate, I shall say. Because I know what it's like to see a little girl without a father.
Yeah.
And and I can't even imagine what that will look like when it happens in behind the scenes, like it happened for us, technically.
Yeah.
Versus happening in such a magnified space with someone that's so known. It's the baby that I'm really upset about. And that's why I said in the beginning, you weren't thinking about what you're doing to this child in this world in the future. We saw it. And it doesn't matter what you do, you'll never get that love and it doesn't get replaced.
Yeah. But she can still have a full life. Don't you still have a full life?
I have my daddy.
Okay, well, I ain't have mine and I have a full fucking life.
Okay.
So I'm glad my mama didn't abort me. But even if she did want to abort me, her body, her choice. Off with my head, okay? That too. Okay, I'm sorry.
But if she did.
Just want to make that clear. I am pro-choice. Okay, what else we talking about?
How much time?
We got like 10 minutes. We got because you got to go because...
No, I can take it here.
Okay.
How much time we in? Okay.
Girl, we've been fighting for 30 minutes. Because you don't want to admit. In my chair, like scared. I'm like, fuck you bitch. Calm down.
You don't want to admit.
You don't want to admit.
You just want to be all kumbaya. Ain't no kumbaya with this hoe.
Admit what? No, seriously. What do you think I don't want to admit?
You don't want to admit that she shouldn't put that child through that.
It's on her to put. She's putting a child through something.
Yes,
Carla.
We're not doing this anymore. So what now?
She's putting the child through something by bringing it into this world.
Yes, I really believe it.
She's not.
I believe it in my heart. In my heart, I feel it right here. Is your heart in the right here?
I don't know. It's somewhere over here.
I feel it.
I feel it right here. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay. That man can't force that lady to have no abortion.
I didn't say he should force her.
They both laid down and had the baby, and now they both get to make a decision. She gets to make a decision to keep that baby, and he gets to make a decision to be a deadbeat.
And I believe she made a stupid decision.
Okay, well that's fine. God damn it!
Like an old lady.
Like, come on now. We got to give him some of the energy, Carla.
I told you I will give him. I think he's a bum.
Okay, but you're saying it after, like, okay, give him a little energy. No, give him the energy. His stupid motherfucking ass.
I just feel like talking about him.
Walking around here fucking everybody raw.
He's 22.
So?
Young. The brain is not developed. He has no life experience. He has no idea what he's causing to his children.
How you know her brain is developed?
Then she retarded.
Okay. That's not the word we use anymore.
Okay, fine.
That is, okay, we're moving on. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. Speaking of retarded.
It's a fucking child.
Oh. Sorry. Speaking of mentally challenged.
She's not mentally challenged, man, but she probably got what
she is.
What
or her Anthony mama is. Now we're gonna get a mama the energy.
Yes, we're gonna give another mom some energy. Oh my God. Speaking of illiteracy.
Okay.
There's a young child. No,
she's not. She's an adult. Yeah.
It's a 19-year-old. She's in college. And she graduated with honors, actually. She's suing her former school district for not teaching her how to read or write before graduating high school. So she graduated, and she claimed to use speech-to-text apps to help her with assignments. And she says it's impossible to see. It's impossible. All she sees is words everywhere. So she is actually from, I believe, New York or Connecticut? Connecticut. Yeah. And with this conversation, essentially, I wanted to bring up the fact that she came to the U.S. from Puerto Rico when she was a toddler.
Okay.
So she was already a baby. And if I got here when I was 8. I'm reading right now. 19-year-old Ayesha Ortiz first came to the U.S. from Puerto Rico. I know how to read. Mm-hmm. And I didn't come here as a toddler, right? Yeah. So she started school in Connecticut, and they're saying she showed signs of a learning disability, but she claimed that the teachers and the school district just continued to brush it off, make her do the work like drawing pictures or taking naps because English wasn't her first language. I call that BS because when you come here as a toddler, you learn English so quick. Mm-hmm. I remember speaking English within 6 months, just playing outside with my friends. The mother does not speak English that well. My mother and dad didn't either. She claims that she depended on school to teach her the fundamentals of regarding reading and writing, and she kept getting passed along to the next grade and never got properly taught those skills. So she does have some, like maybe dyslexia or something like that. They haven't really said what it was, but there is a lawsuit that she's ensued on towards the school system. And I wanted to know what is, how much is it the mother's responsibility? How much is the teacher's responsibility? And how much is it the school system's responsibility? Because I don't think it all falls on one of the three.
They don't have standardized testing like we do in Florida?
I'm glad you asked because I was just listening to The Daily, where right now, today, Trump is he's talking about abolishing the Department of Education. And they don't decide the budgets or the school budgets that they get or the teachers' salaries or anything like that. But the federal is those standardized testing. And he's trying to remove those. Because I know Obama did change it from, remember when it was No Child Left Behind?
Yeah, that was a Bush thing.
Then it became, Obama changed it to, I forgot what the name it was, but it wasn't so much focused on standardized testing.
So this is Obama's fault.
It could be.
Dang.
I don't know. Don't take me for sure on that one.
Because I feel like George Bush was a standardized testing
Yes.
dude, and they would have caught this.
They probably
Because you wasn't able
would've.
to use no calculator, no tools. You get in there, you got to read if Sally had 8 apples and remove. You know what I mean? That is wild that she's 19.
19.
And graduated and doesn't know
And
how
I think
to
this is
read.
where it comes. I feel like AI and all of our electronics are amazing. I don't shit on them at all because I really do love them. But they're supposed to be a tool, not something we depend on. If there's an apocalypse tomorrow, Gen Z is done.
Yeah.
And Gen A, they're done because they don't know what to do when the power shuts off. They can't read.
Yeah.
They literally can't read. But I don't care how much English her mama don't speak. You know your child can't read.
Her mom doesn't speak English.
She came from Puerto Rico.
Oh, so her mom didn't. She could be reading anything.
Come on now.
She's like, Mom, that does not say. Oh,
come on now. English is the second language in Puerto Rico.
She might not be able to read, but she ain't dumb because she like, listen, I'm grown now. I don't know how to read. How am I gonna get some money? Sue the school district.
True. That's a thing. But no, seriously.
I blame the school if her mom doesn't speak English.
What?
Because she could trick her mom. She could tell us a different word.
So you're going to tell me that as a mom, in all those years, she got here as a toddler, which means she did kindergarten through 12th grade. Not once did you go see a school counselor. You don't have any teacher meetings. You didn't call.
She don't know what they saying.
They speak Spanish, especially in Connecticut. They have translations.
Very strong feelings today. I'm so glad she don't got on a sandal because I think she would have threw it at my fucking head.
Chancleta.
Yes. But she could easily trick her mom if her mom doesn't speak English. I blame the school.
So before graduating, they learned that she had dyslexia.
Okay.
So that's a thing right there. But come on, as a mother, you never took your child to check?
It's her fault. It's the girl fault. The 19-year-old.
Now we're blaming the child. She was a child.
Now she grown. She realized in like 9th grade that she couldn't read.
Probably before that.
She could have made better decisions and asked for help.
Oh, so don't take Ayesha out on her. This poor little baby.
She should have asked for help. I blame her. But smart girls, sue the school. Who else she gonna sue? Not your mama. She don't got no money.
Maybe you're getting your mom some English lessons.
I don't blame the mom. Her mom don't speak English. I think about like I have friends who are like first generation and they would have to literally read bills for their parents. Like their parents don't know.
You're right. So I was talking shit about the mama.
You love to talk shit.
I do, but I'm a say when I'm wrong here because it says that she's filing the lawsuit against the Hartford Board of Education and her special education case manager, Tilda Santiago, spoke Spanish, for negligence. So she did have someone to try to help her. And she says her mother tried multiple times to get help, but to no avail. She was even tested prior to graduating where she learned she had dyslexia and required explicitly taught phonics, fluency, and reading comprehension, but to let her walk across the stage anyway. Now she in college and can't read using speech to text.
I hope she's learning how to read.
Okay, so now I take it back. Sue the hell out of the school system.
Okay, yeah, sue the school.
They
were trying to be nice, letting her walk with everybody. But
or do what they don't care about a lot of kids.
No, they
Especially, it's like it's a kid that barely speaks great English. Just let him pass and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
They could have also held her back.
That's crazy. 19.
Get a check. Get a check.
It's one thing to not know how to read at 19 because you dropped out of school or something.
Yeah.
But
and
graduated
is expensive.
Yeah. Well, now you got Duolingo. Well, no, Duolingo don't teach you how to read. What teaches you how to read? Hooked on Phonics.
And Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone is for languages.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Hooked on Phonics.
Yeah.
You know that's still around.
ChatGPT can teach you how to read, probably.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Stop. I'm about to ask ChatGPT, can you teach me how to read?
Okay.
I really want to ask him right now. My fingers are going.
I blame the school system because English is not her first language.
What?
Because English is not the mom's first language. I blame school system.
It is the school system's fault. Now that I know that the mom tried.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this. Of course, it can teach me how to read. Step 1, learn the alphabet and sounds.
See?
ChatGPT's that nigga, man, I tell you. I love him. Chad is his name, according to Kaysen. Okay.
He named it Chad.
Chad.
Okay.
Yeah. Chad GPT.
Yeah, because my coach at the gym, his is a girl.
Really?
Yeah. And he makes it call him T or Coach T or something like that. I didn't even know it can like
you can give it a name?
Like yeah, and it'll say your name.
Do you remember the daily episode that I sent you about the woman that was in
the
love?
lady that fell in love with it. Yeah. And she's married.
She's married. She spends $200 a month on ChatGPT. Actually, let's link it.
Yeah.
There's a really cool AI podcast, and it's a investigative or journalism kind of thing. It's a story about a woman that fell in love with ChatGPT. She's married and just wanted to romanticize her life. And she started having sex with ChatGPT. Okay. And ChatGPT, after 30,000 words, erases itself and goes back to nothing. So she has experience.
Goes to a breakup.
over 20 times she's been through this breakup with him. And she'd be crying to it, talking about, I miss you and thank you for loving me. And he's so attentive. And she'd be laughing at this stuff. And I'm like, baby, you need a therapist.
Yeah, she does. She really does.
But it was they did a really good job putting it together. So it's from the Daily.
I love the Daily.
Oh, I think you might have to pay for it now because after 3 days, it goes behind a paywall. Yeah, the New York Times needs funding to continue to do journalism. They have over 140 journalists and they take a lot of flights and time and they get paid. So in order to fund the New York Times, you have to pay, I think it's like $1 a day or $1. It's not expensive.
They still let me do the puzzles for free.
You do puzzles?
I do the Wordle and Connection.
How long you been doing it?
Off and on for like a year.
Oh, you got to that age. You do newspaper word puzzles.
All right. You know what else I'm doing at this age? Sending nudes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so I'm sending nudes.
Yeah? With the back? Holding the back. Here you go, Daddy. This episode is brought to you by Ford. Why is being open to new roads and possibilities essential to success when chasing your goals? For me, it's so important to pivot. It's imperative to allow yourself the freedom to change course at any moment when your energy is shifting. When you literally pivot, doors open up, opportunities fall on your lap, and you have so much more time to spend with your loved ones and with yourself. So break free from your day to day and start enjoying the little things in life that truly bring you joy. On the road of reinventing ourselves, it's just as vital to find those little things in life that give you a sense of stability, like the new Explorer. You know there's more to discover, and the 2025 Ford Explorer SUV is here to give you space for the things that matter most. It's time to break free from the norm, which has never been more fun and accessible for drivers with the 2025 Ford Explorer SUV. Turn up the adventure with Ford Digital Experience, including a 13.2-inch center touchscreen. Do what matters with the help of available Ford Blue Cruise driver assist technology for hands-free highway driving. Available feature on Blue Cruise equipped vehicles. Blue Cruise requires a connected service plan and a modem activation. Blue Cruise drive assist features can be activated in hands-free Blue zones and do not replace safe driving, and drivers need to control the vehicle. See Ford.com/Blue Cruise for more details on available plans and hands-free models. Start your next adventure in America's all-time best-selling SUV. Based on S&P Global Mobility, 1946 current U.S. total, new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs. The new Ford, well, you know what it is. It's on the name, the new 2025 Ford Explorer, built Ford proud. Well, we're going to talk about some nude etiquettes because, you know, we have revenge porn out there. Nudes is kind of like porn, right? Yeah. Playboy pictures, it's pornish. So shout out to Melania Trump, the #1 porn star here. Was she a porn star?
Carla, you are so judgmental of women. What is wrong with you?
It was the coffee.
No more coffee for you. I don't like that. Our girl Melania is.
Wait a minute. Whose girl?
Okay, you know what? Not our girl.
Whose girl?
That girl Melania.
Okay.
Is trying to pass the Take It Down Act through Congress to protect victims of revenge porn. Mm-hmm. This will legally punish offenders who post your nudes as revenge.
Yeah, that's been a thing. Now, I thought it was already a law. You can't post. Oh, maybe it was videos. Now it's just the pictures.
Yeah, and I think it's only like certain states.
You know, I posted her nudes before.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It was a long time ago. It was when Trump first went into office.
I'm sorry. I'm not feeling girl energy from you. You posted Melania's nudes?
She looked great.
Carla, that is not nice.
She published it. It was published on a magazine.
But you did it in like a negative way.
I did it. That's our
I'm not sending you none
That's
of
the first late.
You get pissed off at me posting my shit on the internet.
You sent me your
Delete
nudes.
everything I've sent you. Delete it now. Especially the red light one. Delete all my nudes.
Can we post that already? You're supposed to post it.
The nude one?
No, not the nude one. The other one where you're dressed and singing.
But so I came across this and I was like, this is interesting because I don't send nudes like I used to send nudes. And so my mind went to, should we still be sending nudes at this big old age? I guess you would say no, since we so grown. We got to make better decisions, Ayesha.
I think at this point in time, the only thing that I make sure now, if I'm going to send a nude, it better be the best nude I ever took. When that hits the net, it better shut it down like Kim K. You angle, arch, poke, edit if you need to before you send that nude.
Do you have like a standard, like this is my go-to nude pose?
My stomach gotta go to the back. So don't show it. Don't show it.
Oh, so it's from behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like at a you gotta do this, and then you gotta make sure you don't catch the roll on the side. Okay. So you gotta put your arm there.
Yeah.
Or you just gotta just spread wide eagle.
Oh, okay. I'm no face, no case with my nudes. So it's like any angle as long as my face not in it.
But you have identifying tattoos.
I do have identifying tattoos, but the public doesn't know that. So a man gonna be like, I know this you. I recognize.
Somebody gonna comment under the shade room when they see it.
I'll be like, yeah, that's me.
But it has to be a good one. It has to be a good one if you're gonna do it at this big age. Now, little girls be like sending. Have you seen them news that the toilet is dirty?
I have not. I don't really take nudes in the bathroom.
You shouldn't. That is nasty.
In the shower, maybe, and that's dangerous. Don't do that.
Yeah, have you fell before?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Your phone fell and broke? My phone fell and broke one time.
Okay, so a couple questions.
Talk to me.
Our kids are grown enough to send nudes.
Oh, Jesus. I'm taking the phone. I took the iPad. I'm taking the phone.
So would you tell them not to send nudes? Because you seem to be pro nudes for yourself. Would you tell Ayana don't send nudes?
You know what? I think I'm going to have the conversation with her today.
And do we need to have the sending nudes conversation in this digital age?
I'm going to tell her, let me help you if you're going to send them. Let me be your OnlyFans photographer. Because come on now. If it's my child, it has to be a fire nude. And also, I would tell her also, do it to someone you trust. I think it has to be it can get leaked regardless, which is why I do like this law. Because there are times that we really trust someone at the time, we trust what they're saying, and they'll break your trust just because there's shitty people out there, just like my baby daddy. But besides that, you have to know that it can happen when you send it, which is why it has to be a great one. Mm-hmm. And then when your trust does get broken and you will be heartbroken, you can sue them and get it taken down. But it's still a fire ass.
No face, no case, girl.
No face?
No face, no case.
I don't think I've ever had it. Yes, I have.
What, had it leaked?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I wouldn't have a platform right now. It'd be so bad. I didn't know what I was doing. My face was probably like trying to get the arm. No, I had to crop my face out. It looked so ugly.
Girl, I come from a day and age where you used to have to print the nudes, okay?
Wait a minute.
Get them developed.
Do you remember when
you had to get them developed?
Do you know how good of a time them CVS and Walgreens employees had to have developing these pictures? You taking the Kodak and they're every time you gotta turn around and get to the next one, you gotta roll it. I know they've seen some nasty things. That's how people used to get caught up with child pornography too.
You know what? Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. Okay.
I don't know. Thoughts that I'd be having.
So do you just send nudes? Like you just send in the nudes?
No.
Or like, is it a certain time in a relationship? Is it just vibes? Is it like a bam?
Out of nowhere?
Yeah.
While they're at lunch?
Yeah.
Depends.
Are they requested or do you send them unsolicited?
I don't send that many nudes. I'm talking shit. I really don't send that many nudes. It's been
a long time, yeah.
It's been a long time.
I don't send nudes like I used to.
I remember I had somebody.
Ain't nobody really asking for. Ain't nobody asking for the nudes.
No, I had someone that on FaceTime would be like, he wanted to see a breast. And I'd be like, no.
You know what?
I don't
My
like
request isn't for nudes, it's for videos. And that is a lot.
That's a production.
You
gotta cut to High Hello Labs to get that done.
Girl, can you imagine Carlos?
Vivian, hold on.
Put the plastic down. Put the plastic down.
Vivian, help me out here. What we gotta do here? We need the angles. We need all 3 angles to get a good video. Like, yeah. Oh, my leg don't even.
Oh, look at you.
Is that a lot?
Oh, yes. Okay.
See, but then it's like this hurt right here, so my face looks like I'm constipated. I don't know. Videos.
Yeah, videos.
So you be sending videos?
Mm-hmm. Sorry. It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing.
But that would be good if they came out.
Last question.
Talk to me.
Do you want to receive nudes?
No.
Absolutely not.
Why would you send me that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And
I'm offended. This is gross. I'm calling the police, actually. I'm calling 911 One, do not send me a nude.
Mm-mm. Well, hold on. Picture. I don't want to see a picture.
No,
I don't want no turtleneck showing in my phone.
Oh, you
I
want a
don't
video?
No. If it's a video,
You like that?
I don't mind. I've gotten a few of those.
Oh.
That's not terrible, but it's got to be like.
I don't like that because you probably hear him breathing in the video, and I don't like the thought of a man breathing.
you just want them not breathing? Dang, go. Tell me how you really feel about men.
I like them. I just don't like the thought of hearing them breathe. In a video?
Yeah.
Give me an ick.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'll take a video, but don't send me a picture.
A man having life in his lungs? Weird energy. Airing your lungs is for girls.
Just like social media is for girls.
Exactly. And nudes are for girls.
Yo, I got somebody in my DMs that keep DMing me knowing he got my number. I'm never going to reply.
Asking for nudes in the DM?
No. But just like trying to get attention that way. Or it's like, oh, this is... I'm not replying to you.
Don't.
Yeah, no. I'm not... I don't want no video. Sometimes I think about that this specific person, Jesus, say the words, would think that I'm going to send nudes, but you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take a couple videos.
Okay. All right. I just thought that was...
But I want to request them. Don't just send me a video. I request it.
Oh, you do?
I have.
You a nasty, nasty girl. You're a nasty,
That might be the only
girl.
nasty
and
thing I got in me.
And do you tell them like what to be doing in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, you a freak. You actually type that with your thumb.
I won't say it, but I'll type it.
Really?
And I haven't done it in years, so I'm going to use ChatGPT next time I do.
See, I don't mess with like video-worthy dudes either. I ain't gonna lie. Get your ass behind the camera.
They don't even know how to record it themselves.
Get your ass behind the camera.
The only thing that I ask is...
Don't nobody need to know you in here.
I do give some direction. Don't let your toes be in the video. I don't want to see your toes in the video. And also, don't let your drawers be dropped to the floor.
I don't.
And then
it's so... See, and they don't think of that stuff. That's why I don't want it. I do not want it.
I remember one time I was working downtown.
And
there was this guy, had a lot of money. And he was a regular. And I don't know what made him think that it was okay to send me one. And he had pulled down and standing up. And he had, remember at the time, Burberry. I'll never forget the picture. And I don't even remember the thing, the penis itself. I remember the feet, the toes, and the Burberry things. And I replied back and I said, those are really expensive underwear to have skid marks on them. And I said nothing else after that. Why would you send me this? There were no skid marks.
You should have sent the police to wherever his location was.
Said,
that is assault on your eyes.
I charged him extra next time I seen him in the club. How dare you?
He was not afraid to show his face.
No, girl, they don't care. It was so nasty. I was like, why would you send me that?
That is disgusting.
I wonder if it was...
And then especially when they have like the hair on their thighs. I don't like it.
Do you... I know Jenna used to wax men a lot, but have you ever been with someone who's waxed?
I've been with some, yes.
Shave or wax?
Shave.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Yeah.
Because Jenna would like literally wax men.
Mm-hmm. But I like that look.
Baldy?
I do.
You want a baldy?
Baldy. Yep.
Know her.
No hair. Completely clean.
Does it feel like you're with a child?
No, weirdo.
Okay. Just saying, a little immature.
No.
A little underdeveloped with no hair.
No.
Okay. All right. Fine. Okay.
All right, we can get out of here.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You already told me what feels good. We already talked about our breakfast. Anything else you want to share before we get out?
Before we get out, please, guys, encourage me to take my Ozempic.
And encourage her to be nicer to women.
I am nice.
No, we're going to have a girls coaching.
One thing I'm not going to do is be a yes. I'm like, good job, sweetie. You're doing a good job. No, you fucking up. Get it together. What the hell I look like talking to women and letting them know that their bullshit decisions are good?
I don't know why I opened this can of worms again.
You see?
I'm sorry.
The can is open. Don't do that. Okay. That's one thing we're not going to do. We're going to tell these women when they need to do better.
We are.
Because the same way they need to tell us when to do better. Like, tell me to take my Ozempic.
We are. But be a little more gentle.
I'm going to be like Candace Owens. I ain't going to care no more.
We're not even going to talk about that one. You know what? But that's the next
We're going to leave this. I'm going to leave y'all with what we're going to talk about next time. And it's the fact that I watched Candace Owens with Nick Cannon. And I don't know. I've watched her before, and I've always thought she's a very...
please don't say it. Please
she's a very smart woman.
Please don't say it.
Or educated, I should say.
Please don't say it.
We'll talk about it next week.
Because I think you're about to say that you agree with her, and I'm going to just have to...
I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Do we need to read a review?
Don't forget to leave a review on.
Leave a review because we don't got that many to read at this point. We don't read them all.
We read them all. I need you to write more, but I do have a YouTube one that I want to read. Let's show a little love to our YouTube girls. Let's see where we at. This is not one of our girls. This is one talking shit. Okay, Lavender Angel's the one that wants to know where your pants are from.
Which pants, Lavender?
I think it's the one that got the cut at the bottom.
If they're the ones that I wore, they had the cut on the knee. They were Zara, and you know how Zara is. They don't like keep stuff in stock. But literally, just take a razor and cut the knee.
Oh, okay. Well, I have here. Oh, I have a few of them. I'll give them to you real quick. So Sarah Mayo 831 on YouTube. She says, I love the dynamic that you both bring to the table. I have followed Carla for a couple years now and love the opportunity to meet Dex now.
Nice to meet you.
Girl code is so important. There are a lot of women sticking together. Wishing you would both a world of success. She wants success. She said girl code that leads to success.
You could be successful without your baby daddy in your life.
You can be successful without making dumb decisions and having little boys to have babies with and bring them into the traumatic times in your life. Do better at 38.
Thank you for the review. We love you guys. I'm getting out of here.
Bye. This episode is brought to you by Ford. Why is being open to new roads and possibilities essential to success when chasing your goals? For me, it's so important to pivot. It's imperative to allow yourself the freedom to change course at any moment when your energy is shifting. When you literally pivot, doors open up, opportunities fall on your lap, and you have so much more time to spend with your loved ones and with yourself. So break free from your day to day and start enjoying the little things in life that truly bring you joy. On the road of reinventing ourselves, it's just as vital to find those little things in life that give you a sense of stability, like the new Explorer. You know there's more to discover, and the 2025 Ford Explorer SUV is here to give you space for the things that matter most. It's time to break free from the norm, which has never been more fun and accessible for drivers with the 2025 Ford Explorer SUV. Turn up the adventure with Ford Digital Experience, including a 13.2-inch center touchscreen. Do what matters with the help of available Ford Blue Cruise driver assist technology for hands-free highway driving. Available feature on Blue Cruise equipped vehicles. Blue Cruise requires a connected service plan and a modem activation. Blue Cruise drive assist features can be activated in hands-free blue zones and do not replace safe driving, and drivers need to control the vehicle. See Ford.com/Blue Cruise for more details on available plans and hands-free models. Start your next adventure in America's all-time best-selling SUV. Based on S&P Global Mobility, 1946 current U.S. total, new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs. The new Ford, well, you know what it is. It's on the name, the new 2025 Ford Explorer, built Ford proud.